Good morning and g'day mate, and welcome back to Dyson Sphere with me, Judy, and of course, the wonderful Mr. Voltron. Now, in today's episode, we have a couple of things we need to do. First off, I need to fix the power problem, because although we went and fixed a whole lot of bottlenecks and did a whole lot of things in the last episode, we put down a couple of the blue assemblers, and the blue assemblers use 4 times the amount of power. So, power's gone to the pooper. So we need to fix that. At the same time, I need to get some rockets up and running so we can actually start making a Dyson Sphere. You know, we got a couple of research we need to do first, but it's on the list. And I also need to get Antimatter cracked. So we got a couple of things we need to do today's episode, which means I need to get the important questions. The very, very important question as the wonderful Voltron gets down on his knees and pleads for the fact that, can we borrow a like? I just like to borrow a like. I like to borrow a like. Oh, the video, if you're not happy with the video, you didn't enjoy the video, well, that's okay. You can have your like back. Yeah. First thing I need to talk about is a couple of things that happened between episodes. Between episodes, I went and painted, the blue juice blue, so I could find the stuff, because I kept losing it on the map. Second thing you might notice is we're all out of blue engines. With all the struggles we had in our last episode trying to get blue engines up and running, there are none left. And the reason there are none left is, well, because I went and put down a new build. Now, rather than having 2 builds, I just super upgraded the new build and then extended it right the way out. I think it's running at max speed, but we have 5,000 of the supermagnetic rings, so we're probably good there for a little while. The other thing I happened to do is, can we fly to here, please? Yep, the other thing I had to do is I had to visit the homeworld. Old Hope, past Hope, last Hope, yes. Had to visit Hope and, well, the other Hope. Not this Hope, the other Hope. Yeah, had to visit there, and I had to hook up these yellow things. These yellow things were in the hat network, but they were not being shipped across here. I also, at the same time, went and repaired the 5 lasers that were over there, and we should talk about the farm. We should talk about the farm and the homeworld. I've seen many comments, many questions, many suggestions, and I love the comments, I love the suggestions, I love all of it. But I should outline a couple of my requirements, a couple of my plans, a couple of my wish list items. Number one is I really, really want to make sure that when we're doing the farming, we're making sure we're farming the fog with just lasers. It's a requirement of mine. I could use artillery, I could use rockets, and look, it's not as if we're short on ammo. If we swing around the map, there is here somewhere. That's basic rockets. Oh, look, good rockets. There's 10,000 of them. There's also a few thousand of them parked on another planet because I had nowhere to put them. So we're good on rockets. Artillery, much the same story. Where's artillery? Oh, yeah, there's 7,000 there. So we're good on weapons. We're good on weapons for some time. We're going to be good on weapons for quite some time. So I could do that. The other thing is we keep losing buildings. Not because they don't have enough upgrades, which I do want to get more upgrades for lasers. If we look at the tech tree itself and upgrades, where are we? Energy weapon damage is technically an infinite upgrade, and I want to get myself a whole bunch of upgrades, not so much for affecting the lasers, but actually affecting the plasma guns. Yes. We're going to have more and more friends show up as we continue this playthrough, and, well, the hives, in theory, max out at level 30. In theory. I may have found a small way to round that. But our main reason for our losses is, actually, let's just go to Hope real quick, last Hope, past Hope, and talk about this. So our main losses on Hope is mainly due to our proximity. What happens is, where are we? It's one of these guys. It is this guy. This guy's what's causing us most of our hassles. This guy's replicating his turbocharging, and what he's going to do is he's going to launch out his little friend, and he launches his friend to a little about here, and there's another one somewhere over here. This one's actually the one causing all the problems. So they're launching out, and then they're close enough that they're aggroing on our lasers. They are out of range, and I made sure they're out of range, but they're close enough. Actually, let's turn on all the range targets. There we go. Yeah, they're close enough that they're finding me to be a little bit too friendly, a little bit too close, which means they instantly attack the wall. And because they're instantly attacking the wall, well, I have another problem, and that is the Guardians. The ones that would normally be up. Good way to see this. Oh, bullet time. Bullet time's a good way to see this. Okay, the normal ones that would live. Okay, it's fine. Don't worry about it. We're in a sandbox so I could get here in a hurry. We have Guardians, the ones that normally sit up here, the triangle ones. The triangle ones, they're very grumpy. They're very grumpy and they have an incredibly high DPS. And consequently, what's happening is they're the ones that actually been coming over up until now and doing most of our damage to our lasers. But some things might have happened, apart from all the health bars and the absolute unhappiness, is if I hover over you, you might see matter-wise, well, at the moment it's turbocharged and turbo pissed off, but 5 seconds ago it was out of matter. So it's not actually producing as many units. Therefore, none of the Guardians are popping in, and they're the ones with the, well, they're the ones that normally defend the bases. They're the ones with the normal super high DPS and super high range, and they're the ones that'll stack on top of one another. Now, as I have lasers, which are single point defense, not area of effect, they're the ones that are actually doing most of the damage. Now, because I have basically starved, yes, I have starved the planetary base. You can starve hives of matter by, well, making sure that they have nowhere to put down a planetary base. But in this case, I've actually starved the planetary base by making sure it has a constant line of units coming out and running on our lovely walls. Consequently, it's not pumping out nearly as many units as it used to. If I hover over one of these, well, they have insufficient power. Yep, they have insufficient power because, well, also the barges, these things, the heavy barges, they bring power from the hive to here, and they pick up matter, and then they bring the matter back. And with us having no matter here, they're not really bringing in, well, they're not really coming across and bringing in power. So we have a situation where this base is not doing terribly well. Really not doing terribly well, which means my losses are much lower. They were higher for a little while, but now they're much lower. But like I said, I want to make sure I maintain this farm. I want to keep this farm running, preferably for the whole game. We could prune it. I could take off a section, but the problem is it's just going to grow back, like most weeds do. So that's not really an option either. I could take out the base entirely and the shield's cutting through here. So I'd have to move back the shields just slightly to make sure that the very, very North Pole didn't have any shields over it, and then a new one could pop across and land. So probably this shield generator. Yeah, I think this shield generator. Show. Yeah, that shield generator is a little bit too close. So I think if I put a shield generator about here and it powered up, then we'd probably be okay. Yeah, that's sort of in line with this. Yeah, we'd probably be okay, and we could move the shields up to here, at which point a new friend could land and then only have one choice. That would be the very tippy-toppy of the North Pole. At which point, you know, they could live here and they'd be further away from all our lasers, and we probably wouldn't have this constant farming problem. But for the moment, it seems to be mostly sorted. By the same token, like I said, I want to get more upgrades. We're going to get some more upgrades in the future. When we get more upgrades, it'll also be less of a problem. And the whole thought of, well, we'll just clean it off now and we'll just go set up a farm on another planet. But I want the high-end drops. I want to have the core element drops. I want to have the antimatter drops. I want to have the unipolar drops. I want to have the Negrothopy singularity drop. I've turned off these ones. We don't need these ones yet, but the Negrothopy thingamajiggy bob. Triangle-y looking one. Triangle-y looking one is... Good question, JD. Well, it's not fully stacked in there, so we're going into a tower. I just don't know which one. Is that it? No, that's the mana recombiner. Oh, it's this one. It's this one. Yeah, I'm not maxed out on those yet. So, you know, I want to make sure I have access to these high-end drops because these high-end drops are required in, well, the bigger and better labs. They're also required in the bigger and better assemblers. They're also required in the bigger and better smelters. So I want to have access to all of these. And probably more importantly, I want to get to the strange annihilation fuel, which we should get back to. So like I said, I had to make a small trip back to the homeworld just to fix a few things, like mainly bringing in the strange, what is it? No, it's the core elements, the yellow things, and I need to bring them back to here because I want to make the strange The strange annihilation fuel rod. These are very, very important as far as I'm concerned because they require 8 of the antimatter fuel rod. Now, antimatter fuel rod has 7.2 gigajoules worth of power. These were the best things in the game. Okay, you carry these things around. You would pride yourself on the fact that you're carrying these things around because they were the best fuel in the game for Icarus and all sorts of things. But they've been superseded. They've been superseded by their bigger and better brother, which is the strange annihilation fuel rod. Now, the normal antimatter fuel rod has a fuel chamber generation bonus of 500%, which means if I put it into Icarus's fuel chamber, can I go upgrades, mecha? I have a fuel chamber of 2.4 megawatts. So if I put one of these in here, I get a 5 times multiplier on that. I get about 10 megawatts worth of possible charging power if I was using antimatter fuel rods. But if I use one of these have a 1100% bonus, which means I go from 2 megawatts to like 20 megawatts worth of charging power. That is a substantial increase. It also means your shields charge that much faster. You can go through warp speed, and you have a lower risk of running out of fuel. Doesn't matter how long the warp is. All those sorts of things. So I definitely want to make these, which means I need to farm a lot of material. Also, you might notice that this requires 8 of the antimatter fuel rods, which have 7.2 gigajoules worth of power, yet these hold 10 times the amount of power. So there's that bonus as well. You actually get some bonus fuel by adding a couple of pieces of strange matter and a frame material with one of these core elements into these particular fuel rods. I want to mass produce these, which means I need to mass farm the fog. So what I want to do is we have this little build here, and this little build is done well. Okay, it's taken any antimatter fuel rods that I've gained so far, and I haven't been using them myself, and, well, upgraded them into this. So I have 24 of these strange annihilation fuel rods. That's nice, but I'd like to make them better. What I'd like to do is I'd like to have a tiny belt that goes from here to here to here, and then I'd like to have a box here and here. And in this box it's doing nothing, and in this box it's going to be blue juice, just 1 tile's worth. Oh look, I'm out of fuel. Here, burn that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put one of these here, and I want you to be 1 tile closer. Can I put you? That's better. Can I put you in there, and you I want to cap to 0. And up 2 tiles there to there, and put that in there with a sorter out, a sorter in, a sorter out. Oh, wow. I don't want to burn that. Please put that back. That's a shame. I don't want to burn that. Okay, I do need a power pole. I also need a hat. I also need you to request those things. Okay, so now I'm burning one of these. 28 megawatts worth of power. That's nice. That's a significant amount of power, but I can do better. Because if we juice these guys up, can you go back in there and run through the system again? Okay, how many didn't get juiced? 16 of them. Because I have power fluctuating, the juice is also fluctuating. Can I remove that? And I probably should have copied and pasted it. Whatever. You clear and provide. Yeah, okay. And 4 of them. It's alright, we'll just run it through the juicing system multiple times, and then I'll go fix power. When these guys are fully juiced, they do 2,300% extra fuel power. Which means, rather than being 28 megawatts worth of power, it's over 50. These are massive when in your own fuel chamber. Also, I can burn them in the miniature suns, which we're going to be doing. But to do that, I need to make sure we keep the farm going. Hence, we're going to keep the farm going. Yeah. Give me those. Clear. All right. So, other things I need to do is I need to fix fuel power on this planet. So, we need to find a deuterium fuel rod build, which is over here. Because it produces a massive amount of deuterium fuel rods. It's like 700 per minute or something. It's ridiculous. And what I want to do is I want to come here. There's a belt sticking out of it, isn't there? Yep. Yeah. Okay, can you land? Ultra, I know you like flying, but come on. You don't need to go around circles. Can I remove that? Cool. Can I bring out you? And then I'm going to bring you to about here. And then before I take you any further, I'm going to put a juice on you. And the reason I'm going to put juice on you is when it comes to fuel, you don't get extra fuel out of it, I think. You might get extra fuel. I'm not sure on that one, actually. I'm sure somebody will tell us in the comments. It was all these sorts of things that I remembered when juicing first came out, but it's been lost to time. Time in the ages. Yeah, that's my excuse. And then I want to put one of these guys here. Now, this is a mini fusion power plant. I can't burn these in the thermal power plant, which is good because you only make 2.16 megawatts, whereas you make 15 megawatts, which is slightly higher. Made even better by the fact that if I put in juiced rods, like so, you're at 18.3 megawatts. Also, we have this small blue section here. I think the blue section is like extra free power we get out of this by juicing them. I think. But I want a few of these, because a few of these hopefully fixes our power problem. Hopefully. Yeah, there's a little bit of hope in there. But a couple of those are going to add, what's that? Well, let's work on 15. So 30, 60, 90, 120, 150, 180. 180 megawatts. And how is power? Bad. Yeah, bad. The main reason being our accumulator discharging. We have these guys which try and discharge batteries, and potentially I can do 1.6 megawatts worth of battery discharging power, but I don't have 1.6 gigawatts worth of batteries to discharge. So we need to supplement that somehow. We're going to do that with a whole bunch of deuterium fuel rods. Now, providing, this is the big catch, providing I don't run out of deuterium, we should be able to make these for quite some time, because they require, titanium alloy, which we should have on tap by now. Plus, they also require deuterium. Now, deuterium comes from our local gas giant friend, which we have tapped and has been tapped for quite some time. And I haven't been using deuterium a whole lot. So in theory, there's plenty in stock, I hope. Yeah, we're just going to make sure we possibly don't burn this too fast. But I'm hoping with this small power plant we're just going to dump on here, we can have the yellow power grid go back to a slightly more blue tint. I like it when it's blue. Blue means it's generally doing a whole lot better. Also means that like all our juices are not going to skip the occasional juicing because, well, power had a small hiccup. Can I drag you out to here? And can I drag you... Okay, so it makes sense to drag it here. I want to grab one from the end. It makes sense to drag it here because like this is non-buildable space. I can't use this space. But I don't know about dragging it this way because technically I can possibly use this space if that copper wasn't there. That copper's going to be there for a while. Yeah, let's just... I've got 2 left. How many is that? That's... You won't tell me. How many is that row? That row is 13. So it's 26, and I have 2 of them. Whoop, quick blueprint. Okay, so I need 20... What did I say? 24. Can I go to... You. Right click. 24, please. That's 25. 24. Okay. Grab you. Pop you there. And you're in my way, Gooey. Oh, that lines up. Okay, can I put one of those there without that? And then just put you off-centered at the start. And then centered again, and I have 12 left, and that's 12 of them. Okay, so power now says it's fine. We have some headroom. Not a lot of headroom, but some headroom. Okay, so that's the first thing I need to fix. Second thing I need to fix is science. Purple science has a decent stock of the 2 required items, but is slightly short on the science department. So what I want to do is ideally use some of these guys, and you're not working because you don't have those. Okay, so I want to come to here. Turns out I want to come to here, and then we want to go upgrade 2 levels, belts and inserters. Just upgrade everything really quickly. Yep, it stopped going bloop at me. Oh, and somebody mentioned oil. I may have forgotten a belt on oil. Like that belt right there. Cool. Can we turn on the nightlight? Cool. All right, in here, I need to very quickly just bring, nope, let's start with one of you, pop you here, and bring out those things, put in a box, and in my box, we're gonna cap you to do these things, 1, 2, 2, 2, and we're gonna give you one of them, and distribute, supply, there you go, okay. Because, yeah, I need those up and running to get the bigger and better labs. So, without the bigger and better labs, we only have 800 of those in stock. Okay, without the bigger and better labs, we'll have to work around that for the moment. The first thing I need to do is... Several things I need to do. Okay, the first thing we need to do is we need to get items. I need to get carrier rockets up and running. So small carrier rockets require 3 things. They require the deuterium fuel rods. We've got plenty of those. That's not an issue. They require the ninja stars, the Dyson Sphere components. Shall all forever be known as the ninja stars, because let's be honest, they look like ninja stars. They also technically look like the points of a Dyson Sphere, but we'll get to those when we start building a Dyson Sphere. They require quantum chips. The fact that I only have a few hundred quantum chips here implies that I should probably select from there to there with those belts. I just copy and paste the whole build right beside it, maybe? There's stuff in the way everywhere. I guess right beside it. Yep. Can I put you here? No, here, no. And here. Cool. Right there. And we're going to need a few things from... Nope, that's the wrong machine. I need... How many? 35 of you guys. Okay, so can I get 2 of those? And can we go to you? And we're just going to grab all the sprayers in the world, so I don't run out of sprayers anytime soon. All right. I do not need you to also have the ability to put stuff... Oh. Oh. Well, that copy and paste failed. Okay. Alright, now which belt's which? You are hydrogen, and you are hydrogen. You are CPUs, and you are return. Well, actually, no, I got that pretty good. Okay, oh. I feel like one of you is not hydrogen. Oh no, you're graphite. Okay, I was short a belt or 2 on the belt department. Alright, I don't need an ability to dump, I don't remember what that was. Titanium crystals into this build. I also won't need a way to put cashmere crystals into this build either. The first build can handle that stuff. I do need to bring in blue juice, which should come in, not a problem. You haven't gone around and checked to see if things have extra juice in them. Anyone that I've seen that has like a red lip around it, like you have a red lip, which means you have too much of something, like green juice. Anyone I've seen, I've fixed up, but those that I haven't seen, obviously I haven't fixed them yet. Okay, there's still a bit of green juice wandering around the place. Okay, so this should give us more quantum chips. Quantum chips are going to be important because they are going to be obviously part of this, part of our rocket build. This is going to take a minute to get up and running. Also, it's short on glass. Okay, well look, we're almost out of iron on this planet. So let's go to... You're making iron. You're also making iron. You're making magnets. Magnets I have, if we look at this hole, don't I have a crap ton of magnets here? 9,900, yes. Okay, so we can go with making less magnets. Can I rip up that box because it's done its job? And we're going to rip up that. And that way I can strip you out and you're going to do stone instead. You're going to be set to supply. You're going to be doing glass. You're going to be demand. And then what we're going to do is we're going to change you over to be stone. And we'll change, thanks, autosave, change you over to be stone as well. And I will change this smelter row to be glass, which is going to fill my inventory with so many magnets. Swap that over, and then we will put a box back down here. And in the box, we'll put all the magnets I didn't need. The iron ore can go in there, and the excess magnets can go back into this tower. Eventually, they'll get used or sent off. Also, we'll set you to 1%. That way, the magnets should leave this tower prior to any other tower. Okay, which also gives us just one more smelter for glass. I'm probably going to need 2 or 3 because we're going to start going through glass at a higher rate. I do import it, so it does come in from other planets, but we haven't put a lot of effort into making a whole lot of glass yet. Okay, so with us now having 2 builds, one running at full speed, one getting up to speed because of the lack of glass, running quantum chips, I'm much more confident that we can start making small carrier rockets. Now, carrier rockets, like I said, the recipe is not complicated. It's not rocket science. Technically it's rocket science, but let's leave that there. And I have a tiny itty bitty blueprint. It is tiny, it is small, it is laughable, but it does 300 of these carrier rockets per minute. And you will fit there. Technically you'll fit all the way up here. Can I build you all the way up here? I can too. Okay, we're gonna fly to there. We're gonna get this tiny itty build up and running. I'm pretty sure there's more than enough capability on the belts to actually extend the build because these have a 6-second crafting time. So they've got a fairly long crafting time. So we should be able to expand them should we need to, should we want to. We're probably going to want to. But the biggest thing with carrier rockets is you tend to send them off in bursts. Can I put that in there? You really send them off in bursts. So you end up building a whole heap of them. And then when you build a new sphere, you launch a crap ton of them. But then you probably don't launch any for quite some time because it takes quite a time for all the solar cells to actually be absorbed into that Dyson Sphere. And that's generally what holds things up. But you can have... just manually put some green juice in these. There you go. Cool. All right. So that should give us carrier rockets once they have quantum chips. The quantum chip's going to hold us back for a little while, but we've put in the build. In theory, it should get up to speed reasonably soon. Where is it? There's 70, 80 odd there. You know, when it gets 100, they should export. Oh, you don't need that box either. Yeah, or that bit of belt. Yeah. Our main issue is, well, they go into the bus. They go here, there, everywhere. They go into this whole build, which is now mass producing the assemblers, plus the bigger and better labs, plus the smelters. Yeah, it's going to use a number of quantum chips. And glass is still an issue. Did you finish draining out? No. Well, technically, yes. Okay, can I come back to here for a second? I'm just going to fix this up to make sure it all pumps out glass and the magnets will go away eventually. You say 0. We might need another juice built. I think I'm capped out on juice. Okay, can I copy that smelter block from there to there without that, just have the smelters themselves and paste that on top, and all the recipes are instantly changed. Okay, can I change you to be that? Okay, whoa, wrong one. Yeah, I don't want you outputting glass. I wish outputting stone. I want you outputting stone. And I should probably have cleaned the belts of iron ore before just walking away, because that'll never process. It's fine. It came back. I fixed it now. It's all good. Okay. Solved. Can I put the iron ore straight in the smelter beside it? Alright. And that bit of iron ore can go in there. And that bit of glass can go in there and be flown off to wherever glass needs to go. Okay, so that should be you up and running. I don't need to upgrade the smelters, do I? The belts, do I? Oh, the inserters. Some of them have iron in them. Oh. Not all of them, just some of them. Okay, 23 stone can go back in there, and 2 bits of iron, just enough to annoy me, can go back in there. Alright, nope, you have an error message. Is that everybody? Are we happy now? Hope everybody's happy now, because I want to move on from this project. All right, so that should fix my quantum chips. That should eventually get us some rockets. I'm not really ready to launch rockets because I really need to have the whole Dyson Sphere unlocked. I do have a blueprint ready to go to actually start launching, well, Dyson Sphere, building a Dyson Sphere. Not launching a Dyson Sphere, building a Dyson Sphere. But yeah, I really want to have, I'm out of blue juice. Yeah, I'm out of blue juice. Okay, can we go to the blue square with the blue patch with the blue juice? There. Blueprints. Can I just put down another blue juice? And... where are you going to go? You're going to go... you're going to be slightly shorter because you're further down the planet. Okay, well, in that case, can I hold... Alright, come out of map view. Fly over here so I can see this corner, because this corner is going to make all our decisions. And I'm going to put you right there. Cool, more assemblers, more power. What's that? Another 30. Okay, so I need another... I need to spin around and find the bus. I need... let's just go with 100 of those. At the same time, can I change you to be 0? We shouldn't have any... so I shouldn't have any yellow belt. I shouldn't have any green belt anymore. So let's just change these permanently. Let's go with... nope, okay. Let's go with blue belt. Let's go with blue belt once again. I want to have at least 3,000 in my pocket at all times. Move you to slot number 1. Sorters are next. Move you to slot number 2. I want to have about 3,000? I think 3,000. No, you stack it in 200, so 2,000. That's 10 slots worth. And assemblers. Can I get the Mark III? Can I go with 200? And we're going to set the Mark 1s to 0, and they'll just get sent back. And what else do I have to grab whilst I was here? I had to grab 3 of the stackers. And I had to grab the plane filters, being the tier 2 smelter. Plane smelter, rather. And grab 12 of those. Okay, so that should build that up and running. Can I cut back that to a more reasonable amount? Oh, helps if I get the tower built, because it needs to bring in things from far away. Yeah, it's going to take a second. Although, I have Kimberlite ore locally, don't I? I do. We're going to turn you to off for a second. I'm just going to pick up all 6,000 and dump them here. Cool, that solves that problem for half a second. Can I also turn off remote demand for optical crystal? Yes, because I want that to go away. It's in my way. All right, so you should get up and running. You have a cap of 10,000 blue juice. The previous one also has a cap of 10,000 blue juice, and the fact that it says 0 means it hasn't been working at, well, it's working at full speed, but obviously I don't have enough. Yep, as fast as we're making it, we're using it. So more blue juice, problem solved. And can you get a power pole? Because you're just annoying me. All right, so that should solve that problem. You're set to bring in green juice if I happen to find any more. And our next problem is going to be science. So science has... oh, and you also have... oh. Yeah, you also have an alarm going off saying, hey, I don't have any juice. And this alarm is saying we're making 600 per minute. Yeah, I need to get a few more researchers because the yellow can't get in here fast enough to then be stacked. So it's actually, it's research limited currently. Cool. All right, what I need to do is I need to fix science. So purple science is what's holding us up currently. If we look at our mega stack of labs, yeah, purple science is my shortfall. So I want to go back to the end of the bus and I want to open up the super duper labs and I want to grab 11 of them, I think. Yes, and then we're going to go visit purple science because purple science, we have fiber optics, we have CPUs, but I don't have enough purple science. So what we're going to do is we're going to upgrade the facilities and that stack. Now I have U-Butte alien sciencey thingy-midgy bobs, which say it's doing 22.5 per minute compared to the old ones, which are doing 7.5 per minute. So that's a significant increase, you might say. Yep. In fact, as purple science, my whole back, can I get another 22 of those guys? And we just might very quickly just, you know, upgrade that stack and everything else has been upgraded. Cool. Yeah, that should hopefully catch purple science up, because the other ones have like 6,000 apiece. But I need to get to the next thing. The next thing is I actually need to unlock the universal matrix. I need to have antimatter for this, so we also need to put in the antimatter build, but that's not going to take too long. Making the antimatter shouldn't take too long either. Getting the actual research up and running will take me a little bit longer, because I want to do something a little bit fancy. Just a tiny bit fancy. But our biggest thing is we need to start cracking our antimatter. Now, antimatter is processed in a miniature particle collider. Yeah, and these take 2 seconds with 2 critical photons to give you 2 antimatter and 2 hydrogen, which means simple math says that well, if my belts move at 30 per second, I need 30 of these guys to make sure it runs at 30 items per second to give me a full belt's worth. So I need to come to here and I need to grab 30 miniature particle colliders, and then I need to put together a build. Now, as production. As the biggest thing about these guys, they're just annoying to deal with because of their size and the fact when you start putting them close to one another, they start complaining about, you know, hitboxes and that sort of stuff. We're gonna apply a blueprint. We're gonna have a plain simple, it's not complicated. There is a single tower that brings in critical photons, and then the 30 of the miniature particle colliders are gonna crack that, and they're gonna put antimatter on one belt and hydrogen on the other. Again, it's not rocket science. We did rocket science. We did it with a blueprint. It only requires 3 items. It's really not complicated. But putting this somewhere is going to be complicated because it's sizable. No, you're going to be too close to other towers if I put you there. How about here? How do you feel about being there? You feel like everything's too close to one another. Okay, fine. How do you feel about being here? You feel good about being in that section. Okay. Will you fit here? You would if those 2 wind turbines didn't exist. Guess what? Wind turbines, today is not your lucky day. Can I remove you and you? Okay. Our plan is going to be, grab that particular blueprint and actually press tab, because we're going to want to put this as close to left as possible. And some sort of lining up. No, okay, you're too close to something. All right, down a tile. Well, that went down. Okay, so we're going to jump down this, and like I said, it's really not rocket science. It's 2 of them, power pole, 2 power pole, 2 power pole, rinse and repeat, 15 long. Not at all rocket science. These builds are not complicated at all, and I should also mention that if we spray them, we don't get a bonus production because you can't make more antimatter by applying spray. What you can do is you can make the whole build go faster. I don't need the build go faster. We'll just put more machines on the end. Blueprint does come with a magic box that does request in any critical photons, should you have any. You probably don't have any, but if you are making like critical photons with more ray receivers on your home world, then maybe you do have some. In my particular case, we're still making them on a lava planet, and I'm requesting 6 gigawatts worth of power. My system does have now, you know, the wonderful Skittle system, the Skittle Swarm, does make 4 gigawatts worth of power. And we have had some sales expire, which I'm not happy about. We're gonna get a Dyson Sphere up and running, but we are making, well, 4 gigawatts. I'm still requesting way more than that, but you know, it's something. And in fact, I have 10,000 coming in here right now, so it's not like we're short. But now I have access to the universe matrix. So the universe matrix means I can put down a lab, and then I have access to this one, which requires the existing 5 sciences, like, you know, 5 lions. Yep. Plus a 6th. I'm sure that came with a extension series at some stage. Yep. For antimatter. So I need to build some labs. I also need to build more power again, do I? Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it says 100%, but I think it's lying to me. Where's the power pole? Oh no, we're at 100%. We're at 98%. Yeah, okay. Well, I'm about to make this worse, because what I need to do is... I need to get rid of this stuff. Okay, I need to move this tower to this side of the world. Yeah. Okay, and then we're going to go to this tower. We're going to pull out all of that, and we're going to put that in that tower. And I'm also going to go to this tower. I'm going to pull out all of that. I'm going to put that in that tower as well. And then we'll set you up for remote demand, local supplies. You're good to go. We're going to set you back to 100 and 100. And then I'm going to remove this tower. I'm also going to remote supply, local supply. We're bringing coal in multiple places. I want to reverse the path on that belt and that belt and that belt and that belt and that belt with that belt. And where are we? That one and that one. Cool. With that done, yeah, no, that should be everything. Okay. With that done, what I want to do is I want to clear some space. I need somewhere to build labs. And the North Pole, South Pole, whichever pole we're on, I think is a great spot. South Pole, it turns out. I think the pole is a great spot to build labs. Because labs are awkward-ish to work with. They're fairly tiny, and I need to put 6 items into a machine and then bring, well, 1 out. So I have 7 items total I need to deal with. So I like putting them around the poles. Also means that, you know, if you're approaching from the planet from a pole, because they light up, you know, bright and shiny, you can see them. So pole it is. But also more power. Yeah. Can I remove you and remove that? I need to do some severe cutting here because what we want to build is going to take some space, some significant space, because I sort of want to, you know, put down a lot of labs. Also, I'm probably going to upgrade a lot of these labs to the better labs in the future. Yeah, the neural labs, which don't make science go faster. What they do is they make science cubes go faster, but not the actual research part. So yeah, something to keep in mind. The other thing I should mention is for some reason, when this planetary blueprint went down, it didn't really line up. Yeah, I don't know why. You're sort of off by a fair bit. So we're going to very quickly find, I don't have any boxes. We're going to very quickly find the bus, find some storage boxes, all 50 of them, and we're going to just put down a few of these. I'm going to copy the building first, and then set you to that, rip that out and put that in a box, rip that out and put that in a box, another box. Okay, set you to remote supply, rip that out and put that in multiple boxes. Yep. Rip up you and you and you and you, and we're gonna pick you up and put you straight back down. Yeah. Except hopefully now you actually line up with, you know, straightness. Cool. Okay, I want to pick up those. Oop. I can go in there. Coal plus coal plus coal, and coal goes in there. And hydrogen plus more hydrogen all goes in there. And my boxes should be empty. We should be good to go. Okay. Also means I want to remove that belt, you and you, which I missed. I want to remove that belt and that belt and hive. Don't attack us right now. I've removed half the defenses. Okay. I also want to remove that and that. So I have lots of clear space to go about new activities because I tried doing a quick little build because what I want to do is I want to have some labs and I want to have some labs. I want to drag them around the planet. And then I got to get 6 items in here. So we're going to have, you know, a belt, plus a belt, plus a belt, and then another belt, and another belt, and another belt. And then I'm going to get output, which will have to go in the gaps in the middle. And then that's going to be our white science that needs to come out. So once we get the white science, we're then going to merge all the white science together by merging all these belts together. And then, of course, I got to spray it again before I can... There's a lot of belt weaving and things that I wanted to get done. And as I'm absolutely out of time, I'm going to make you wait for the next episode. Yeah, I'm going to be that mean. I'm going to be that mean. I'm going to make you wait for the next episode, because in the next episode, we're going to build labs. We're going to build labs. We're also... I think we got enough research I could put in the Dyson Sphere. I think. Also, I probably need to go do something about power. Yeah, I need to go do something about power again. We're going to have to put in a couple more rows of these things. Yeah. You have 7,800 rods, and you requested 9,000. We do have 1,500 rockets ready to go. So yeah, I'm going to go do something about power. So I'm going to make you wait, come back for the next episode. In the next episode, we will be covering my grand choices, my grand choices for what I decided to do in regards to labs. Yeah. Meanwhile, the current labs can keep working it out. Anyway, that is it for this episode. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Do hope you've enjoyed. And I'll see you in, well, the very next video. All right, bye.